What's going on, guys? Chaos here, bringing you another video, and today we are back for Holiday Trouble number 2. This is the second episode of my little disaster. Well, not really disaster. Sort of bad things to happen. Basically, anything that could probably go wrong. It kind of went wrong. But first of all, on the first episode, if you haven't already seen it, go check it out. And if you already have, thank you very much for all the support. I think it got like 3 or 4 likes or something like that. So thank you very much for all the support. And yeah. This episode is going to be based around coming home. So the first episode was talking about, going from Aberdeen to Frankfurt to Orlando. This time we are doing the opposite trip. We're going from Orlando, Frankfurt to Aberdeen. So day sort of starts nice and easy. We got a high hop, get some breakfast, hit the golf. Not very good at it. Didn't really win. Very disappointed. What else did we do? I think that was pretty much it. We just sort of roamed around. Went a little. Some of them went through the shops a little bit. But then, eventually, it was time. It was about, I can't remember what time it was, but we had about 2.5, 3 hours for our flight, and we were like, you know what, there's something else we could do here, might as well just go. So, unfortunately, we had to do the 40-minute drive, and this was just the beginning of something pretty big. Now, I wasn't feeling ill this time, so that was sort of a benefit, but the day certainly gets worse. So, it was a 40-minute drive to the airport. It was nice and easy. This time it was a lot smoother with the rental cars. We just parked it in. They said, have you done this? Have you done that? I was like, yes, you can check it, go ahead. And that was basically it. We were basically done. Boot was closed. We picked up our bags and we went towards the airport. Went to the desk, checked in our bags. Everything was looking good at that point. So we were sort of thinking, hey, this might not be so bad going back. But boy, did we eat our own words, because I'm afraid that was going to all change. So we check our bags, nice and easy. All the bags go in the luggage area, but the luggage, all the cases and that, they were still being left out. Usually they're put on a conveyor belt. They're put into the area you don't see in the airport where the luggage is packed up. It wasn't sort of laying there. I thought it was kind of strange, but I didn't really take much notice of it. I should have known that bad things would happen just from that. So it was all good. We get to our gate. We just sort of chill. Get something to eat. Obviously, I think it's around noon, 1 o'clock ish. No, it's not 1 o'clock. What am I talking about? It's from about 5, 6 o'clock. I think we get some Outback Steakhouse. Get that delicious, healthy. I think it was I can't remember what it was. It was sort of like a grilled burger, but I got a bunch of salad stuff in that, and it was really good, really nice. Nice way to end the holiday. Regardless, we put our way that way, and we went to the gate, nice and easy, and we basically were in a big queue, but because we're at the back of the plane, we actually get to go in the first, which is nice and easy. Get to the plane, sit our seat, and we were sitting in the plane, and we were wondering, hey, we're sort of not moving. The captain comes on, and he says there is a delay. There's a delay with the luggage. There's the delay that I was talking about, and the bad things that was about to occur. So we were delayed around 50 minutes, I think it was. Again, just sitting in the plane doing nothing. We eventually got away, got into the air. I hate flying. I didn't get any. I think I got a couple of hours sleep. Nothing really good. But I didn't really get the sleep from actually doing anything else. Just because I was really bored. And I was like, you know what? I just close my eyes and just see what happens. And I got some sleep. But we woke up. We realized that our connection flight in Frankfurt, we had a grand total of an hour and a half. Now we had to subtract 50 minutes of the delay from that. So they were. I mean, give the airlines their due. They were properly throwing the plane down, the runway, and trying to make sure they get to the area where we can unload as quick as possibly can. And basically, we pick up our boarding pass and our passport. We get on the bus. We have to get a whole bus through to the terminal. And as soon as those doors was, some of the people in our party realized it's every man for himself. So we just all bombed it. We knew where we were going. We just needed to get there. Little did they know that the delays would cause problems for everyone. So we basically had 40 minutes to get from one side of the airport through security to the other side of the airport. It was the mad rush. We basically put our jackets on before the plane, and this was where my pace was tested to the limit, because we got there, realized that we had to get a train to get to another terminal. So I was sort of standing there. That was nice. The doors open, and then we're back running, and we were all really in a rush. We were like, we can't miss this flight, because if we miss this flight, it's like a long time, like 9 or 10 hours until the next flight out to Aberdeen. We really, some of us have got work, some of us have got to go, school, college, uni. We all have our commitments that need to be made. So we knew we had to get to that flight. We ran through the airport. It was the biggest rush I've ever had in an airport. It was kind of crazy, to be honest, but, you know, mad rush and everything. So I ended up getting last in the security. Unfortunately, the guy that was, you know, putting us through, you know, do you have any water? Do you have any liquid? He was really slow with his words. You know, I was saying, no, come on, I have a flight. I need to catch this. Eventually, so she let me go, and it was basically a straight run. It was a straight run to the gate. I put my jacket on, and I literally bombed it. I don't think I've ever run as fast as I did that day. I literally sped through. I swear I heard someone say slow down, but I had no time to slow down. I had literally seconds to get to that flight. I was letting no one get in my way. I was scooting in between people. I make it sound like an action film, but you know, eventually I get to the flight. My party's waiting for me, except one person. And if you are in a mad rush, please don't get on the flight without anybody else. This person was, you know, she's kind of like an athlete. You know, she's very quick, and you know, she was the most desperate to get home. You know, I don't know if it was, you know, her mom or something like that, but she was desperate to get home, and she had just gone straight in. She'd given her boarding pass and just went straight into the plane. Luckily for us, the rest of the party decided to hold back and, you know, said, you know, could you hold the gate open just for a little longer? He's coming, he's on his way. I come sprinting down, and look, there he is. Alright, okay, get on, come on. I don't know the story there. Apparently there's some palaver down there, but I don't know the whole story. I was too busy running and, you know, too busy pacing through everybody. So basically, we eventually got the flight. I was really annoyed at the person who had just gotten on, because if they'd just been a little bit slower, that gate would have just closed, and you know, that's basically 7 of us now stuck, and she is on her own in that flight. I don't even think she would have cared. So I was very frustrated at her. Obviously, I didn't really show my anger that much, but I was still pretty frustrated because, you know, we'd gone through the entire holiday as, you know, as an 8, and you know, she just sort of paced her way through, and you know, she just basically ignored, didn't care about any of us. So I was very annoyed about that. But regardless of her selfishness, we did eventually make it onto the flight. We made it on. They shut the doors. Basically, to understand how late we were, I basically was last on the flight again. And I put my final step on, and they were shutting the door behind me. That was literally how close it was. So we were very lucky to get on that flight, but regardless, we got on it. That was fine for, you know, that was fine for us because we were on the flight. Everything was good. We also split up into our different areas. We realized that, you know, we might see each other at the end of it. I don't know why people thought we wouldn't see each other at the end of the flight. You know, we have to all get our bags. It's not gonna, you know, we have to wait for them. But the guy I was sitting next to, you know, I had one of the guys from the party. He was sitting next to me, and to my right there was a guy, and this guy, he was kind of struggling. He was very uncomfortable with flight, and he kept moving around. I wanted to comfort him, but I didn't know how to. I think he was like in a foreign language, because the lady said, "Do you want a cheese sandwich?" and he had no idea what she had said. So. But she was struggling, so I couldn't get any sleep because he was fidgeting too much. But you know, I didn't really care. I was like, you know, not everyone's comfortable with flying. I just thought there's no point in, you know, making a word. You know, could you stop moving? Because, you know, that's not going to do him any good. It's just going to make him more nervous. So I just decided to leave it. 2-hour flight, nice and easy. Passed by pretty quickly. Just listened to my music. We get to Aberdeen, and unfortunately, the Scottish weather hits us straight away. It is raining, which is ridiculous. I mean, I like Aberdeen. The only thing I don't like about it is the weather, to be honest. I mean, it was raining, it was windy, it was just miserable, and to be honest, I wasn't really in the mood to... I wasn't really in the mood to, you know, take this sort of way. Like, I sort of thought, yeah, it might be sunny, but no, it was raining miserably, and it was pretty depressing. But hey, the day doesn't end there. Like I said, if you have a delayed flight, your day is only going to get worse. And it did from there, because there was no taxis there. I had to wait ages. I think it was about 20, maybe 25 minutes, waiting for a taxi. Typically at an airport, you know, you have so many taxis, because it's basically easy fares, because everyone's looking for taxis, unless they've all got their own car. Everyone's looking for taxis. And, you know, we were lucky, I was lucky at least, to get to the front of the queue. By the time a taxi came by, you know, there's 2-3 parties in front of me. They got their taxis. I eventually got mine. And I looked at the back of the queue, and if you don't know where Aberdeen Airport is, if you come at the front door and to the left, there's a little taxi area. You know, it's a bit of shelter area. The queue was all the way out there, going back into the airport. So it was really crazy. There was only like one taxi every 5 minutes, which was pretty ridiculous. We're eventually in the car. I've put all my bags in the back. Everything's fine. I'm like, yes, I've made it. I'm going home. Everything's good. Yes. Taxi driver then says, we have to make a diversion because of closed roads. And that was just the pinnacle of my day. I was like, seriously? Seriously? That was only a 5-minute, 10-minute diversion, but you have to be aware that I've been awake for almost 27, maybe 28 hours at this point. I'm exhausted, you know, I've really not had a great flight. You know, I've woken up with only about an hour and a half worth of sleep. That just makes me more tired and makes me more grumpy and miserable. If I'm sleeping, I need to sleep for around, 8 hours or something like that. None of this sleeping for little areas, but eventually or at least I got home. I don't know about the rest of them. I just sort of left messages and stuff like that. You know, you can get yourself home. I'm safe. I'm putting my bag down. I'm resting. I had to stay up for another like 5 or 6 hours. I ended up falling asleep at my desk whilst I was editing videos, but that was basically it. The terrible horror day comes to an end. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to press the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel because it really does help me out. I'm probably not going to do any of these kind of videos in the future. I might do in the far future, but these videos are kind of difficult to make, and sometimes they're not really worth it if you don't get the people who are watching them. Fortunately, I have you guys, so if you guys would want to see that more of these kind of storyline videos, then make sure to comment down below. But yeah, in the background was just a simple SD GB. I go pretty well. So anyway, that's everything for me. My name is Mr. Kilmer 2, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.